live on WHITradio.org from High Tech High School in North Bergen. It's the Triple Decker Show. I'm your announcer, Maxwell, and now your host, Ahmed.
Good afternoon, I'm your host Ahmed, and with me today is Maxwell. Behind the glass is Katie and Justin. Today's topics are police gun firing, why does ISIS appeal to young people, and Boston snow for sale. So let's start off with police firing. So police fired 17 times at Mexican orchard worker in Washington shooting. So obviously, the guy died, the family was really upset. Police have alleged that Zambrano Montes was throwing rocks at cars and trucks when he was confronted by officers. Officers attempted voice commands and low-level force and used a taser, police said, but those efforts were unsuccessful.
I'm live?
Which led to the shooting. So Max, what I want to ask you, and his family they filed a $25 million claim against the city of Pasco, alleging that 3 officers killed the unarmed man execution style. So what messages does this send to other people? The police fired 17 times at a person.
Well, it says that after 2 officers were struck with rocks, at least one of them as large as a softball, police said that the officers resorted to deadly force. I think that's kind of like, they don't have to kill him.
Don't worry about it.
Does it say why he was throwing rocks at them?
I can hear.
No, I really don't know. It just says they killed him after he hurled rocks at them. 5 or 6 struck the former orchard worker, according to the investigative team looking into the incident. No, I don't think it really says why. Something obviously, maybe he didn't want them there or something.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. The police think that they can shoot just like anyone for like the stupidest reasons.
Yeah, that was definitely wrong. Like, they should have just stuck to using the taser. I know they said they used it, it was unsuccessful, but they shouldn't have killed the man, especially shot him 17 times.
Yeah, that's a little excessive.
Yeah,
just shooting him is a little excessive.
Yeah,
and if they're gonna shoot him, I think they should shoot him in like the leg.
Yeah, if anything, trying to stop him. And they did warn him. They talked to him. They told him to stop, but he didn't listen. But he shouldn't have gotten shot for that. That's too severe. No punishment to receive. All right, Max. Now let's talk about ISIS and why it appeals to young people. So before anything, do you have any reasons at the top of your head right now on why you think it appeals to young people?
Actually, no. I have no idea why ISIS appeals.
Well, I'm going to list a couple reasons for you, and tell me what you think about them. One reason is it runs a powerful propaganda machine on social media. So I guess that, attracts people. It promises the good life, which, ISIS, their reasons are bad for doing whatever they want, but kids might look at it as, they get to do whatever they want, and they get what they want in a way necessarily, so.
Hey kids, it's Mr. Meyer. Mr. DePuro hooked up my mic out here. I'm just going to chime in for a second. I think a big part of it is, kids always want to be sort of counterculture, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want to be a renegade, I don't know if there's much, like those 3 girls that ran away to go join the ISIS.
Yeah, I was going to bring them up later.
Yeah, if you really want to be like a renegade, it's one thing to wear to have a risque haircut, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's another thing to leave your cushy Western existence and run off to join a terrorist organization. And I think that has a certain draw.
Yeah, definitely. And what Mr. Meyer is referring to is the case of 3 teenage British girls who are believed to have traveled to Syria to join ISIS has refocused attention on the Islamic extremist group's appeal to young people. Children and young people feature in the terrorist group's propaganda, including a recent video showing boys in camouflage and ISIS bandanas learning hand-to-hand combat. The militants call them their cubs of the caliphate. Experts say ISIS has especially ramped up its forces to lure young women, seen as a potential brides for its fighters, into the territory under its brutal control, Syria and Iraq. All right, Max, do you want to share anything about this?
I think it's kind of ridiculous to be one to join a group that wants to kill people and torture people for attention.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and this is certainly by no stretch of the imagination making any excuses for an organization like this. But I think you always have to ask yourself what would drive somebody to just want to throw it all away. Now, a great way I think to try to figure out what's going on with this stuff is my son is 9 and he'll ask me, Dad, why do these people want to do this stuff? And I'll always tell him that, I mean, things can't be that great where this stuff is going on. Because you figure somebody's got to be really desperate in order to just want to join a terrorist organization, right?
Yeah.
But what's so weird about this situation now is that they're starting to draw more affluent people to come join the cause. So it's becoming a little bit more of a, it's almost like a cult type thing, where it's like you said before, you make promises of something better. It doesn't have to be anything necessarily tangible. But I do think that we could do something in the way of trying to make things a little bit better in these parts of the world to use our influence. I think you'd have a lot more of these terrorist organizations popping up.
Yeah. All right, Max. So let's go to our last topic on Boston snow being sold to people. What can you tell us about that?
Well, a man for $89, self-styled and entrepreneur Kyle will ship you 6 pounds of Boston area snow in an insulated styrofoam box for $89.
Hold on a minute,
He'll sell
Max.
you snow.
So what you're telling me is we could order snow
Yep,
directly from...
Boston.
How do I know it's Boston snow?
I don't know.
This is like when people try to sell me a scoop of dirt from Yankee Stadium. It's dirt. Oh, Mr. DePiero's sensitive to that. Mr. DePiero, did you buy dirt from Yankee Stadium?
No, but I took a chip of paint off of the old Yankee Stadium when I was there.
I don't
so
think
I
that-
have a piece of Yankee Stadium.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But to buy a pound of snow. Max, can we call
6
these?
pounds.
6 pounds of snow. How did they come up with that number?
I don't know. I guess that's what the guy wanted to do.
And it's easy for him to sell because with more than 45 total inches, Boston has set a record this winter for the snowiest month in its history. Most residents see huge snow piles of snow choking their yards and sidewalks. And what do you call it? The guy, he has a business slogan actually. It says, "Our nightmare is your dream." Many of his customers appear to be companies in warm weather states who are buying the snow as a gag. So that's where I guess he's receiving most of his profit. But yeah, he's actually selling them to people.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm offering something too, and I don't know if I can sell it right here on the radio. I know it's probably not proper. But I'm renting out the sun when it gets warmer to people in Boston to melt all the snow away. $15 a day. You send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, right?
Yeah,
and a
it's-
check.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll allow the sun to melt your snow. I mean, that's a pretty good deal, no, Scarlett?
I guess. I wonder if you would get in trouble for actually going to Boston and this guy see you taking the snow. Like
Oh,
to
that's
show.
a great question. Hey, who owns the snow,
Exactly.
right? Maybe we should call this guy and be like, hey, I saw some of your snow, and it looks exactly like the snow that was in front of my house. And I came out the other day, and some of it had been shoveled away, and I have a feeling you're selling my snow. I want my $90.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Maybe we should call this guy tomorrow.
Maybe. But
We should
as of
call
right
him
now,
now.
we really have to end the show. We're running out of time. So thank you for watching, and thanks to our panel, Maxwell, and thank you to Mr. Meyer for tuning in, sharing his opinion.
Hey, thanks for letting me on, even though you didn't ask. I sort of just had
No,
Mr.
it's no
DePiero plug
problem.
the mic in.
You're
You guys were
welcome
great. I
anytime.
always love the show.
And thank you to Katie, Justin, Elizabeth, and Victoria for working the glass. And I'm Ahmed, and this is the Triple Decker Show on WHITRadios.org.
This was Triple Decked.